Kenora-Rainy River.
Thank you. To the Minister of Transportation. Last weekend, much later than usual, the Northwest finally received its first dump of snow, and the contractors should have been prepared. Despite MTO assurances that the ministry has increased contractors' budgets by 16%, and that will put new equipment on the roads, conditions were as bad as ever in the Northwest. Highways closed, accidents increased, and the region came to a standstill. Even the public school board's bus cancellation notice conceded very little clearing had occurred. When will the minister get serious about the safety in northwestern Ontario and ensure that northerners can travel safely on the highways of all seasons?
Thank you. Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure.
Mr. Speaker, we have added 50 crews and vehicles in northeastern and northwestern Ontario alone. There are 6 additional crews on duty now in the Kenora-Rainy River area. There's more vehicles than ever before. There is also a program, Mr. Speaker, where we are requiring all contractors to replace all of their vehicles over 10 years at least 10% per year. That's well underway. It does snow. There are icy conditions that come up quickly. The other thing that's been added, Mr. Speaker, and in Kenora this is a particular challenge, is that we do pre-treat the bridges for icing, which is the biggest risk. Mr. Speaker, we have the safest roads in North America, including the north, and giving our weather challenges, that's rather huge. I will look at the particular issues in your constituency, and if there isn't a response, I'll assure there is one, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. You know, that all sounds fine and dandy, but I mean, the bottom line is that you've reduced these contracts by $22 million. The NDP has been forced to compile road reports for the past 2 years just to prove to your ministry that a problem exists. I'm hearing things. Yesterday, my office was flooded. I've heard that there's no proactive work being done on roads, that the salt doesn't go down when they know that there's going to be an issue. Last year was the worst year that we've had in history. We're having things like 14 transport pileups. Wow. Some highways aren't safe to travel for a week after there's very little snow. We can't continue to shut down the entire region whenever there's a snowfall, and your assurances are not working. Will you act now to ensure that highways in northwestern Ontario are maintained all year long?
Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the challenge isn't just snow. I was in Sudbury earlier this week with the MPP from Sudbury, and it was a perfectly bone-dry day, and we had accidents because cars flipped over. No snow, nothing visible. People didn't perceive it, but we had icing on the bridges, Mr. Speaker. And when we have bad snow, it's a problem. It's a particular problem in the north because we don't have enough alternate routes, which is why this government, unlike others past, with no help from the federal government, is twinning those highways.
Answer.
I do not run the contract, but they have more equipment than they ever have before. I've been up with the MPP from Algoma, Manitoulin. I will come to your constituency. I will meet with the contractor with you, and we'll make sure you get satisfaction. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.